ESPN Friday Night Fights, presented by the new Just for Men hair color. Knocks out the gray better than ever. And in part by Turtle Wax Ice Car Polish, because your car deserves the best. The White House, just down Pennsylvania Avenue from the D.C. Armory, where we are here, where one Peterson brother is in the win column, another one to go. Washington's hopeful future world champion looking to shine bright. Anthony Peterson has that to keep up. Can he do it against Luis Ernesto Jose, a tough and determined southpaw? Anthony had his first big test last June. That's when it was scheduled for a full 12 rounds against Adon Hernandez. And Peterson went the full 12 rounds with Adon Hernandez. He kept a fast pace, he kept busy, and he won with two judges giving him a shutout. He's always been regarded as the fiercer puncher among the brothers. That proved true in August 2006 against Jose Soto. He scored a knockdown with a combination in the first. Then in the second, the heavy weaponry. A left hook finished the night in style. This past January, he was on our air again. The result? Similar. Against Juan Garza, Anthony decided the headshots could work, but the body shot would be the key. It was in the fourth. Garza rolled over in pain and was counted out.
The Peterson brothers are trying to do is bring the old days back. Like when Lennon and Hagler and all the rest of the guys fought. See, boxing became a business about money. You know what I mean? So it's like people, I don't want to fight him, not enough money. Back in the days, all they did was fight. No matter what it was, the temperature, the area they was in, they fought. And that's what we are, we throwback fighters. And you'll never hear me talking about no money or nothing like that. I just want to fight. I just want to fight if they say he's the best, he's the baddest one out there, I want him. I want him right then and there.
Luis Ernesto Jose, 31 years old, very outspoken, 25-3-1, 21 knockouts in his career. Southpaw, he's won 5 straight, but it has not been against top-tier competition. This is his first fight in the United States. He's had 26 fights in his native Dominican Republic, 2 in Haiti, 2 in Costa Rica, and 1 in Denmark. Go figure that one if you can tonight, first time in the U.S. And here's a potential star in the making. 22-year-old Anthony Peterson, 5'8", a tight 134.5, 22-0, 16 knockouts. First fight with his new conditioning coach, Marvin Thomas. He says he feels now like he has the power of a welterweight packed into that lightweight frame. Teddy Atlas has had the advantage of watching Anthony Peterson develop right in front of our eyes over the course of the last few years. That means he knows how he can win. He also knows how he can be upset, and it's all in the fight plan.
But Peterson tonight against his opponent, Jose. First of all, no film available on Jose, but I got a chance to watch him shadow box. Good news for Peterson. Jose makes some mistakes. Now, first of all, Peterson, you know what you're getting. Covers up, nice short punches inside, and he's looking to go to the body. He brings it. We like that. Against Jose, he's going to get some cooperation. First of all, he's a southpaw, so you know he's going to move to his left away from the power hand, but he's got Jose right in front of him. Now, when Peterson covers up, you just know Jose's going to look to throw that uppercut. But that's where the good news is for Peterson. He drops his hand to throw that uppercut. Bang! Left hook from Peterson, stays undefeated. I have a little message for opponent Jose tonight. Oh, Jose, can you see? Memorial Day weekend coming up. I know that you're going to have to look to see something special. You're way in over your head. But the good news, there is something to look for. With Peterson, you're a southpaw. You see that he drops his left hand when he's on the outside, and he keeps it over on his right side. Use your southpaw advantage. Move to your right a little bit. There's nothing there to give you danger. And use that hook off it. If you can do that, maybe. It's a big maybe. But you can get Peterson to see some stars and stripes.
Anthony Peterson back at home. His brother was stellar. Now it's his turn. Can he do it?
Okay.
Malik Waleed, the referee, they're scheduled for 12.
For him. Okay, all right. I expect good, clean boxing. When I say break, you both ought to stop punching, take a full step back, and remember, protect yourselves at all times. Trunks look good, fellas. Touch them up. Good luck to you both.
Let's look at the ring experience between Jose and Anthony Peterson. Jose has had the longer career. He's fought more pro rounds, but the experience of being in a spot like this, nationally televised, under the bright lights, in a hot arena with a lot of people in the U.S., well, Peterson has done that 4 times. This is his 4th televised main event. Jose, first time he's been in this kind of a setting.
Let me make sure. Hold 1 second.
Malik will lead, tightening up the rope supports before things get underway. Peterson has been very active.
Jordan, you
10
good?
fights in 2005, 7 fights last year. He is managed by Shelly Finkel, who of course has had many world championship level fighters. And Finkel very confident that both Peterson brothers will get to that point.
Here's a bad omen right here for Jose, who's a huge underdog, about to start the fight with no mouthpiece. The referee, actually, an attentive referee, had to notice that to make sure that it was put into his mouth before he came out. So maybe a bad omen right from the start for Jose.
Jose the southpaw in the red trunks, Peterson wearing the baby blue.
Of course, Jose is the southpaw, as you just said, and look for Peterson to move to his left, away from the power hand, the backhand of the southpaw, and where he can get a little bit of a better angle with the southpaw, with that jab. That's something you want to see, and that's good fundamental teaching that you see right there with Peterson, using a jab with the southpaw. A lot of guys with the southpaw, because it's coming from another angle and they can't find surface with the jab too simply, they sometimes disregard the jab. But a well-trained fighter, and I think the Petersons are well-trained by their mentor and trainer, Barry Hunter, will use that jab.
Jose tries to come in with a straight left and then a right hand to the body. Peterson opens up that time, and the left hand was there from Jose. Now he lands 2 shots to the body himself, does Anthony.
I think the key word here is what you just said, Joe, opens up. Even though right now it looks like Jose's doing pretty good, he's throwing a lot of large shots, and he's opening up, giving up a little defense for that offense. You can see when he throws, everything is big, everything is large. There's a little bit of a hole. Look for that hole to start to get filled real quickly by Peterson. Everything from Jose is a power shot. But with that power comes a little bit of an opening and a little bit of giving up maybe a spot where Peterson can find a target.
Risk-reward boxing, and the risk can be very costly. And against a primed, up-and-coming prospect like this, happened again.
Remember, this is the first time Peterson's getting a chance to take a peek at Jose. I said it in the fight plan. No film available on Jose. So right now, Peterson finding out what his opponent has for the first time. You know, a lot of times you're going to hear us say, and other commentators say, it's a filling out round. It truly is for Peterson, getting a little bit of a sense for what his opponent can do, and putting that in his computer to come out the next round, if there is a next round, to make some adjustments.
Coming to the end of round number 1, seeing a young man in Anthony Peterson who many say could be a future star. Well, the pound-for-pound elite star of the game is here ringside to see him. We're now joined by Floyd Mayweather Jr. First of all, congratulations. First time I'm seeing you since the world awaits. And now we await to hear about your future. But in traveling around and visiting with fans recently, what kind of reception have you been getting? What kind of feedback have you been getting?
It's been amazing. You know, all the fans showing me a lot of love. I appreciate it. It's great. It's great here to see the Peterson brothers fight. 2 good fighters, strong, tough. And they look like 2 future stars.
Well, we'll get your thoughts on the Petersons because you're going to stick around with us as Anthony goes on in his fight. But let's talk about what happened against Oscar De La Hoya. You've gone back and watched the tape, I assume, at this point. Have you been able to break things down and assess that evening?
I just took my time and stuck to the game plan, boxed, and it was the same old Floyd Mayweather. Oscar's a hell of a fighter, though. Good guy.
Floyd, congratulations on that fight.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. And let me just get right to the question that the fans would be mad at me if I didn't ask, okay? Let's get right to it. When are you fighting again and who?
As of right now, I'm not fighting. Everybody knows that Floyd Mayweather is officially retired, so I'm at home spending time with my kids.
Oh, that's a great thing to do, but let me know when you're coming back, all right?
Everybody want me to come back. Let's talk about the Peterson brothers.
Let's talk about it. Round number 2, Anthony Peterson in that first round, 30 out of 66 total punches. Immediately when you first lay eyes on Anthony Peterson, Floyd, give me the strengths. What do you see out of him? Give me a scouting report. What does he do well?
Kind of style kind of remind me of Winky Wright. Keep his hands up nice and tight, but he's like a good puncher. Got a good hook too.
Earlier tonight, we saw Lamont Peterson. Lamont went to the body sensationally well tonight against John Brown. How do you grade out Lamont tonight, Floyd?
Hey, have to give him an A. He fought a veteran fighter, took his time without there, and stuck to the game plan. And he executed the game plan extremely well.
Floyd, let me put you in the ring right now. You're in the ring, you're Peterson now, and you have Jose in front of you. Now, you have two choices. You can go on the outside, you can see it already, and you can box on the outside with this guy who looks very one-dimensional, or you could probably sit inside and punch inside some of those fat shots. What are you doing? What's Floyd doing
Well,
right
he needs
now?
to take his time right now. He's rushed. He needs to take his time. Fill the guy out a couple rounds. Just relax, because he can get hit with a big shot. So he needs to relax, and then down the stretch, I think he's going to get him down the stretch.
Would you rather see him now? He decided to go outside. He has those options.
Well, Peterson should just use his jab up and down, continue to press the attack, work off his jab, work combinations off his jab, and eventually down the stretch, continue to go to the body, and he's going to get good results.
You know, I mentioned before that there was no film available on Jose. How difficult, you've been in that situation, especially on your way up.
I'm like that every fight. I don't watch tapes and no guys I fought.
You'd rather not watch because you figure they might change for you.
Absolutely.
Well, there's a left hook. We talked about it on the fight plan that the left hook would find a hole by Peterson. And you could see every once in a while, Floyd, that Jose throws some bad intention shots, but he loads up with them.
The left hand trying to split the guard from Jose.
It's a good fight.
Both go after it with left hands. Seen sequences of opening up time and again, and we're only in the 30-second mark of this second round. Anthony wants after it before Malik will lead. It's time to separate them. Just missed with the left hook. Both Peterson brothers love the hook. Jose has come here to fight. The 31-year-old from the Dominican Republic making his U.S. debut.
He's not going to lay down.
No doubt about it, Floyd.
He might lay down, but it won't be by him doing it. It'll be by Peterson laying him down.
Joe Tessitore, Teddy Atlas, and the pound-for-pound elite, Floyd Mayweather, who says he's retired until a couple months from now when he comes on with Brian Kenny, who you say is your Howard Cosell of this generation.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Plans. You know, we really, we've known you obviously very closely for many years, but the general public, the mass media, the mainstream media and sports fans really got to know you in the build-up to the Oscar De La Hoya.
Well, they got to understand it's all about selling tickets. It's a business, and that's something that I understand. You know, boxing is a business, and I just heard the Peterson brother, I seen his interview, he's talking about the money. It's about the money.
Speaking of which, and getting to know you so well in the documentary, how much cash do you have on you right now, and who do you have in the NBA game tomorrow night?
Tomorrow I have the Spurs, and I got about 7,000 to 8,000.
That's it? Only going around with 7,000 or 8,000?
Yeah.
Right, okay, good.
Floyd, let me ask you a serious question. 24/7 with HBO, first time that kind of exposure was put to two fighters, going inside your personal lives, going into the gym.
It was great. It was great. It was great.
Let me ask you something. Did that affect you? I mean, there were things that were seen that normally wouldn't be seen. Did that affect you? And after the fight, after that was seen and people reflected on it, did that change you in any way?
Well, not at all, because when it's all said and done, only God can judge you. So, you know, people aren't entitled to say what they want to say, but I know the type of person I am. They don't talk about the things like when I like to feed the homeless, we like to feed the battered women, the battered children, and we like to give back to my community, and which is Grand Rapids, Michigan. We also finna start doing a lot of charity work in Las Vegas, Nevada. Me, Al Heyman, and Leonard Ellaby, of course, Team Mayweather, and we got Mayweather Promotions in the future. We got Mayweather Boxing Club. In sports and entertainment, so we're doing so many different things in the future, a lot of big things.
So that 24/7 did affect you because you just
actually 24/7 turned me into a rock star.
But but it also you just talked about a side of yourself that normally you probably wouldn't take the time to.
But they didn't want to show that. They show only what they want to show.
Of course, but it made you cognizant of things they didn't show, and I think that you want the people to know that side.
I want them to see both sides of Floyd Mayweather.
Well, we're glad to hear about the side that you're discussing right now, Floyd. Round number 3, it's been a good fight so far as the underdog Luis Ernesto Jose has come after it against the undefeated Anthony Peterson. Good stylistic matchup, good action, right hand from Peterson. Something that was criticized in your fight of De La Hoya, that there wasn't enough action. What do you say to the critics that say, you know what, the fight didn't live up to the hype, Floyd?
Well, everybody's entitled to it, to their own opinion. I went out there and done my job. Oscar came and done his job, but they said I wouldn't stand there toe-to-toe or I wouldn't walk to Oscar, and I did.
You think you went toe-to-toe in that fight?
I said I did. I said at times I did walk to Oscar. And they said I wouldn't walk him back, and I did.
Straight right hand from Peterson.
And short shots, the shorty shots of Peterson in between those load-up shots of Jose. And again, Floyd, Peterson has the option. I don't see Jose having an option. Jose's only option is in the front door, right in front of you. But Peterson can do it on the outside, and he can go inside.
You gotta relax, though. It's looking good, though. Peterson looked extremely well.
No, hold it. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there.
Just 22 years old. 22-0.
And there's that left hook. And the shortest, straightest shots of Peterson in the eye of the storm. Right in between those big shots. You gotta like that, Floyd, because you have radar. And you have the ability to sit in that pocket and punch in between. You must admire that, seeing it from Peterson.
Peterson got a good hook. He's a good fighter. Both brothers are real good fighters.
We'll have more with Floyd. Coming to the end of this third round. Jose and Peterson through 3. Enjoying our visit with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Nobody has gone faster, further in the sport in a quicker span of time than you have in recent years. So give me your take. How far, how fast will the Petersons go?
One of the Peterson brothers, I don't know which one, to fight at one of my fighters, a fighter that I manage, Wes Ferguson, I think will fight one of the Peterson brothers in the future in a mega fight.
Will they be world champions someday?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., thank you so much for all your time. It's great visiting with you. And once again, congratulations.
You guys have a great show. You guys do a great job.
Say hi to Brian Kenny.
How you doing, Brian Kenny?
There you go.
Great having you with us. And
thank you. You're a legend. I respect you.
Oh, I respect you. And you're just as elusive behind the mic as you are in the ring.
Thank you.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. Nice conversation with him. Good job of breaking down the Petersons. A little more comfortable setting for Floyd compared to those great battles he has with BK time and time again. 29-28, Teddy Atlas's scorecard favoring Anthony Peterson. What has been a good showing from Luis Ernesto Jose, very game fighter from the Dominican Republic, showing up for his U.S. debut.
Again, the options are there for Peterson. I have a funny feeling that the brain trust in the corner of Peterson, Barry Hunter, would like to see the second option. The option on the outside, because Jose can only fight inside. Peterson, yeah, he can fight inside. And his shorter punches might get it done, and they are getting it done right now. But he can go outside where there's no danger and get it done there too.
It was a good short right hand, just as you were saying it, Teddy, and he landed that short right hand on the inside. Now, 3 left hooks in the mix of that combination, and Jose is willing to trade.
Well, 2 of his 3 losses for Jose have been by knockout, so some people might question his chin. So far, no questions about his chin or his heart.
Mouthpiece came loose.
You get the time? All right, come on. Let's go.
So Barry Hunter is going to wash it off.
One thing that might be serving Jose early on, he's a little bigger, and that may be helping him absorb some of the punches he's had to absorb. He's a junior welterweight most of his career, while Peterson, lightweight, almost his entire career. So maybe that extra bulk of Jose saving him as far as durability, at least right now. The quicker hands, Joe, the shorter hands on the inside of Peterson are serving him.
Get out of there.
When you're inside, and both men are inside, so simply put, whoever throws the shorter punches is going to get there better. That's Peterson.
No holding, no holding. No pushing.
Left hook, right to the body, snuck a right uppercut in there, just missed with the left hook. Jose lands a short right hand on the inside.
I think if Peterson catches Jose a huge shot, it's going to be while Jose's punching, like that, right there as he's throwing.
And a 4.
Mouthpiece.
We just got done visiting with a pound-for-pound elite in Floyd Mayweather. Anthony Peterson has said to us someday he will be on top of the pound-for-pound list. Round number 5, the undefeated Anthony Peterson in the blue trunks. Luis Ernesto Jose, very game 31-year-old from the Dominican Republic, in the red trunks. Southpaw trying to fire that straight left.
So this fight suddenly ends, and that's an if. I think it's going to happen not with Peterson leading with a punch, but actually timing a punch as Jose's punching. Because Jose, when he punches, he loads up a little bit. He's technically a little inferior to Peterson. Peterson doesn't have that little hitch. He throws punches pure. But Jose will dip his hand a little bit. And when he does that, that's the spot where Peterson, I think, can beat him to the mark.
Well, let's bring in the trainer for the Peterson brothers, Barry Hunter. Barry, Joe Tessitore, Teddy Atlas with you. How do you see this fight so far?
I think we're going to wear him down the stretch. He's a tough guy, kind of rough inside, doing a lot of holding and using his head. But what I want Anthony to do is walk to him behind his jab and keep ripping him down to the body like he's doing. And notice, there it is. There it is.
Barry, you're a good trainer, you're an honest trainer. When you mention holding, you don't want to see holding. You know better than anybody it takes 2 to tango. You got to make sure, obviously, that your man does not allow Jose to hold him.
And that's the key with the jab. The jab will keep the separation between the two, so he can't hold. But inside, if the ref ain't calling it both ways, well, when they roll, on French, shall I say, do what the French do.
Thanks for your time, Barry Hunter.
Thank you.
One of the good guys in the business, and you may have read in USA Today this morning a snippet of the story. We've shown it to you before, is how he really turned their lives around, taking these 2 Peterson brothers off the streets and bringing them into boxing. The body punches, Peterson 61 out of 103.
And, you know, Barry Hunter just said a moment ago, if the referee doesn't do his job, what at least he thinks is his job, to separate him on the inside, when in France do, it's the French do. What he meant by that is what you saw a moment ago. Peterson just pushing, taking things into his own hands and pushing Jose off to get a little room. But it still takes 2 to tangle, Joe, and it takes 2 to tie up. And right now, and I'm sure when they watch tape, that Barry Hunter, an honest guy, is going to tell his fighter, hey, you're letting yourself right now be tied up. You're letting, the other guy has the intention tying up. You should not go along with it. You should step back and create room.
Jose and Peterson coming to the end of round number 5 in D.C. The younger brother, Anthony Peterson. He has been framed as the outspoken, outrageous, and power-punching of the 2. Currently, the WBO has him as the #1 lightweight to Juan Diaz, the champ. He's ranked in 2 other organizations in the top 10. Well on his way, but getting a strong test against a game Luis Ernesto Jose. And Teddy, at this point, I got to be honest in saying I would have never expected this much out of Jose. Obviously, Peterson's doing damage, but Jose has been game.
Yes, he has been in game, taking nothing away from him, but he's been given a little bit of a landscape. He's a very predictable guy, a little cement-footed, very game, but one-dimensional. He likes you to stand right in front. He doesn't deal with adjustments on the outside of legs or angles. He's not able to do that. So early on, Peterson gave him the landscape to be the best he could be early on.
Moments ago, we visited with Barry Hunter, the trainer of Lamont Peterson, talking about the clinching, the holding on the inside. Listen to what Barry Hunter said after that last round.
Place the jab on him. Keep separation with him. Enough. If you feel like you smothered, take a half step back. Rip. Downstairs. Look underneath for the uppercut because he's leaning his whole torso. You got me? Smart, son. Here's the game. Let's go.
Keep separation. Keep separation. Be smart.
I think that's something that we were talking about.
Yes. I think he was taking notes, Teddy.
You know, we had a graphic in our first fight of stars to look forward that I put together of the 5 stars of the future in boxing. If we did a graphic of the stars of trainers, right now, I would have to put Barry Hunter up near the front of that line.
Also has a good-looking heavyweight, Tony Thompson.
The reason I say that is I look at his handiwork. His fighters don't just have ability. Anybody can move a guy with ability. Technically, they're solid. They're taught well. They know their ABCs of boxing. And I listen to him in the corner. And he makes adjustments. He makes sense in the corner.
Two right hands, left hook from Peterson. Glancing was the last. There's a straight right hand and a short one on the inside, and Jose fires off 3 punches in return.
Quicker hands, shorter punches. Peterson. Again, the options for Peterson. Jose can only get it done if you stand in front of him. And he still might get the second best of it with the shorter punching Peterson. But in front, he's got a little chance. Peterson can go outside or inside.
Halfway through an entertaining main event.
Brian Kenny here for SportsCenter 30 at 30 update. Former NHL player and assistant coach Rick Tocchet pled guilty in New Jersey to running a sports gambling ring. That was Operation Slapshot. He was asked if he ever bet on professional hockey. Tocchet said no. And baseball news, another minor league start for the Rocket. Roger Clemens will start for AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre on Monday. He could be back June 4th at the White Sox. Will not pitch against the Red Sox right away. Joe?
Thanks, BK. Anthony Peterson just got a pseudo Teddy Atlas moment in the corner with Barry Hunter, as Barry Hunter simply stood on the ring apron and said to him, "You've got me talking much too much tonight." That was some old school Atlas stuff there. No. Punch track numbers. The average punches landed through 6 rounds so far tonight. Peterson averaging 29 connects per. Jose 15. Body shot with a left hand from the Dominican. Teddy Atlas's scorecard at the halfway mark of this scheduled 12-rounder. 59-55, the opening stanza. Jose came out strong. Since then, Anthony.
Some loose tape on the right glove of the southpaw.
So look for a break in the action. Malik Waleed can pick that up. He ends up underneath the top rope for a moment, ducking away from that right hand. And now Waleed will take that time to address the tape.
Let him know he cannot use his head as with the button. Stay off the back of the head. Let him know now. I'm going to get him one.
Translation in the corner for Jose.
Come on. Main thing, Olympia.
Good job by the referee. You like to see a fighter calm in the ring. The referee calm in the ring as he was making use of that moment to get the tape secured onto the right glove of Jose. He used that moment to give some instructions to the corner that he wanted put into the mind of Jose.
You know, Teddy, we were here a few weeks ago in this Washington commission, the refs, the judges, the commission, the timekeeper. They had a really rough night. They've had a great night tonight. The stoppage by Kenny Chevalier, I thought, was very well timed with Lamont Peterson, and Malik Waleed has had a solid 7 rounds so far in this main event.
Yes, he has. He's allowing the fighters to fight only, coming into play when he needs to. And again, he didn't admonish the fighter for grabbing behind the head when he didn't have to break up the rhythm of the fight. He waited to a moment where the rhythm had to be broken up to secure the tape in the corner, and he used that moment to tell the corner and the fighter no grabbing or punching on the break.
No.
Here's Peterson pushing him back as he said he would. Landed that left hook solid. Came back and came with it. He's getting frustrated with the holding on the inside.
That left hook will get Peterson home. And again, the reason it will get him home, it's a nice picture hook, but there's an opening given for it. See, now the opening's not there. The opening is there when Jose punches. That's the key, Joe. And that's the key to the great fans at home. Watch when Jose punches. He loads up a little bit, gives a little bit of an opening, and if Peterson punches with him, that's when he's going to nail him clean. Not when he punches, when Jose is just covering.
Another solid round for Anthony Peterson. End of 7.
Talking about the left hooks will get Peterson home. Well, they have him halfway there. And you see, every time Jose looks to punch, he drops his hand just a little bit, and that left hook of Peterson is right there.
Joe Tessitore, Teddy Atlas with you on Friday Night Fights at the D.C. Armory. A big crowd has come out. We have been honoring our wounded warriors and remembering our servicemen. We visited with Floyd Mayweather, and we are so glad to have our studio guest analyst, Kelly Pavlik, with us. Kelly, you had an opportunity earlier to see Lamont and to analyze the older Peterson brother. Now, tell me, what do you think of Anthony Peterson?
I think he's fighting good too. He fights just like his brother. The only thing I see as strong is they both throw too many hard punches all the time, you know, and I think their opponents know when that hard left hook's coming or that straight right hand's coming. I like seeing him do a little more half steps, a little more angles, and you know, a little more feints, and finish with some of them jabs. But other than that, I mean, their hand speed looks good and their power looks pretty good.
Well, Kelly, I was touching on that earlier, that Peterson's the one guy in this fight that does have the options. He can go outside if he chooses to, because Jose obviously can only fight inside. Do you think that maybe Peterson, even though he's winning the fight, is doing what Jose needs him to do by taking it inside? He could exploit him a little bit better on the outside?
Yeah, he could. And he could also get that snap on his punches from the outside. You know, I think when you set up your punches, when you watch what you throw and you set them up, it just gives you that much more power. Not everything has to be hard. You know, most of your good knockouts come by you know, short punches that the other fighter don't see coming. And I think if they sit there and he does a little more shoulder rolls and brings punches from a different angle, that he can land some punches clean. Or if he sits there and maybe taps a little bit and shoots a big shot to the body and come back upstairs, just do something, mix it up instead of everything, you know, being hard.
Well, he's going to have to be able to use the right judgment as he walks up the boxing ladder. But do you think that maybe, you've been in this situation, maybe fighting at home on television is making him go inside more than he would if he wasn't at home in front of his fans?
That might be a possibility. He might be trying to put on a show and give his fans something to see, and an exciting fight. Or it could just be a fact that that's his fighting style, is that he, you know, you got in his head that he's a power puncher and he wants to go in there and every punch he throws he wants to break an arm or a jaw. So, you know, I just like to see in the future when he does move up that ladder, when you start fighting guys that can punch back real fast and they can hit, that he's going to want to find some different styles.
Thanks, Kelly. So Kelly Pavlik says he wants to see a varying offense and more facets rather than just the power punching. It's been another solid round from Anthony Peterson. We come to the end of this 8th round. Luis Ernesto Jose absorbing a lot, and there was a sweeping left and right at the end of this round that has him hurt.
On you, step, bull in the matador.
Let's take a look back at the end of the 8th round when Anthony Peterson let the hands go. Sweeping right hand scored, and then he flung away, and he just got instructions from Barry Hunter to do the same exact thing here in round 9. Take a look at the punches in round number 8. A round in which Anthony Peterson threw 69 total punches, landed 39. They're going to address the tape. Teddy, I want to take a quick timeout for a very well wish to Julie Letterman, who's a obviously well-known judge and a friend of ours, hospitalized this week, had surgery. Julie, we wish you the very, very best. Everybody here at ESPN and Friday Night Fights is thinking about you.
Get better quickly, Julie.
So both wrist tape issues, and now they're back to action here in round number 9.
Now you see some of that diversity, at least for a second, when there was some separation. Peterson. That is a choice that Jose does not have in his repertoire. He can only do something if you're close to him. Peterson can go outside, use that jab, get angles if he chooses to, get Jose to reach in and counter. Right now, though, as Kelly Patrick said, Peterson all night long choosing the power fight, to go inside in that pocket and do that, punch in between the shots of Jose. And again, the clean shots are landed as Jose is punching and leaves an opening. No knockdown.
That is not a knockdown, but it is a signal that the disposition of Jose has changed. Oh, good body shot, nice left hook. This fight is over. Anthony Peterson has matched his brother. A double dip in D.C. for the Peterson brothers. Stevie Franchise loved it.
136.
Charmaine Mitchell ringside. Floyd Mayweather said this is a future champ. And he showcased the offense in round number 9.
And again, on the inside, beautiful place, left hook to the body. That hurt Jose. And of course, up to the head, may have been window dressing. The body punch right there debilitates Jose. Good straight right hand down the pipe. The corner man was stopping it if the referee did not.
Pedro Valerio stepped up on the apron.
All my people back home in DC represent.
The Peterson brothers, they were anxious to get back to Washington, D.C. and showcase their stuff in front of the fans who have been waiting for this moment to see them. Let's make it official and send it up to the ring for the official particulars with Henry Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Malik Wali calls a halt to the bout. It goes into the record books as a TKO 1 minute 36 seconds of the 9th round. The winner and still NABO lightweight champion, Anthony "The Power" Peterson.
Anthony Peterson, 23-0, 17 knockouts, 9th round TKO against a very game Luis Ernesto Jose. The Just for Men punch track. Anthony Peterson, 108 body punches, 144 to the head. Remember, the jabs included in those numbers, a total of 252 out of 505. They both threw over 500 punches in those 9 rounds, but Peterson was able to land 50%. When we come back, we will talk to both Peterson brothers. Lamont and Anthony join Teddy and me on Friday Night Fights. Stay with us. ESPN Friday Night Fights, presented by the new Just for Men hair color, knocks out the gray better than ever. And in part by the Rums of Puerto Rico, Bacardi is proud to be made with Puerto Rican rum. Drink responsibly. The Lincoln Memorial here on Memorial Day weekend. It has been a fabulous start to this weekend here in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Armory. A star-studded evening for the homecoming of the Peterson brothers. Lamont and Anthony now join us ringside, both with TKO wins. I suppose this was exactly the kind of night you wanted to have.
Oh, yeah. We wanted to put a few rounds in and get our men out there at the same time. So we got a chance to do that. Show the crowd a little bit of what we could do and then get them out.
Lamont, we will start with your highlights this evening. You went to the body tremendously well against the former world title challenger, John Brown.
Well, we knew that, you know, he's short, he's the shorter guy, then he dipped low, so it's kind of hard to hit him to the head. So I wanted to get to his body a lot to break him down and wear him down and stop him in the later rounds.
Grade yourself out tonight.
I would say B or C. C plus.
You're a tough critic.
Because I know it's other things I have to do and things I have to do to step up to the next level. I made a few mistakes, but at the same time, I got the job done, and I'm happy with that.
And a look at your brother, Teddy.
Anthony, you take us through this right now and grade yourself out.
I think it was C plus. Felt kind of rusty. He was strong, but I know I'm better than this. You know what I mean? Far better than this. But I can show y'all in the future how good I am.
Well, you had choices to go outside or inside. You chose to go inside.
Yeah, because that's my game. You know what I mean? Inside, I don't want to do too much bouncing because I got graded a C June 16th by Teddy Atlas and Joe Tessitore because I was bouncing too much. So I thought I'd go in the inside and work more that way.
Look, you know I love you guys. I love you for what you are outside the ring as much, if not more, for what you're inside the ring. I want you to keep going forward. But stop making me a liar. I keep talking about how diversified you are, and all you guys do is go inside. Would you show me? Would you give me not just love, but would you give me a little outside? Give me a little outside.
When we have to, if I ever get hurt or a guy that's stronger than me, I'm a boxer.
You're gonna have to, as we say, go up that boxing ladder.
Oh, yeah.
There are gonna be guys that you're gonna have to box.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have to give angles.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But first of all, I want to thank God for this victory because we work real hard in training camp, and I want to thank ESPN too for always supporting the Peterson brothers. Y'all been great to us, and I wish one day we could take you and Joe's spot. Me and Lamont.
Hold off on that for a bit. Lamont, what did it mean to be back here in front of your hometown fans?
Well, it means a lot being back here at home. You know what I mean? You know, it seemed to bring the best out of me when I fight here, you know, because your friends and family is out. You just want to put a show on for them. So it give me that extra boost to train and to just go out there and put on a good performance.
Did I hear you calling out some bigger names in the business this week? Did I hear some names that you'd like to say right now?
Oh, yeah. Eventually, you know, it's going to have to happen. So we really, for real, we have our eyes on certain fighters.
Go ahead, throw it out.
Oh, Vivian Harris, and certain fighters like that that don't have the world title, but that's near that world title. We want to jump over there to get to that world title.
Teddy, Shirley, Anthony has some future plans you'd like to discuss with him also.
I would like to fight anybody that's holding the belt. Juan Diaz, Julio Diaz, David Diaz. I mean, it's nothing personal, it's business. You know what I mean? I knew Juan Diaz back in my amateur days, a good fighter. And it take a good fighter to make a good fight. And it take great fighters to make great fights. So I think I'm great, I think he's great, and the rest of the guys in the weight class is great, so I want a piece of it.
Well, we have a top-ranked lightweight coming up on ESPN on July 6th. Nate Campbell will be in action. Any thoughts of Nate Campbell possibly?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Nate Campbell is a great fighter. Good right hand. His back against the wall. He's an old fighter. His avenues is cut short. So if he could take a guy like me, that'd be good on his resume.
Nate likes to go to the body like you like to go. So what would you do? Would you fight fire with fire, or would we see legs?
Yeah, I fight fire with fire. I'm a tough guy, man. I've been through it all. I can do anything. We're sitting in the middle ring. If he that strong, I box him, I trick him, show him a couple of tricks of the young cat.
Anthony Lamont, congratulations.
Thanks.
Very exciting night. And you did it in style in Washington, D.C. Brian Kenny, a double dip of TKO wins for the Peterson brothers here in front of their home fans.
Joe, thank you so much. Kelly Pavlik, top middleweight, is with us once again here on Friday Night Fights. That was a beautiful move at the end by Anthony, wasn't it, Kelly?
Yes, it was. And that's what I was saying from the beginning. If he brought the punches from different angles, you know, sometimes those are the punches that hurt the most, you know, especially body punches. A lot of people think you have to wind up and, you know, go to the body as hard as you can to hurt somebody. It's the little tiny punches that they don't see coming, you know, on the inside that you catch in the middle of a breath or when they're not seeing it, that do a lot of damage, that hurt the fighters. So, and when he did that angle right there, I don't think the guy, you know, expected him to come down to the body.
It was an end of fight. He hadn't done it all night. Of course, he looked good most of the night as well. Kelly Pavlik looked great this past weekend against Edison Miranda. And again, bringing the pride back to Ohio. And Ohio with a proud tradition of boxing. We don't have to go all that far back. Well, for you, Kelly, we're going way back. But for the rest of us, not too far back. Ernie Shavers. He'd been a hometown of Warren, Ohio, which was only about a half hour away from you there in Youngstown, right? And look, the man had the power. It's Larry Holmes, who somehow got up from that. Of course, Ray Boom Boom Mancini from Youngstown, Ohio. He fought Alexis Arguello for the title, didn't get it, but later got that lightweight championship. He's here against Ernesto Espana in a football stadium in Warren. Boom Boom Mancini, again, the huge star in Youngstown. You're a little too young for the Boom Boom era, right?
Yeah, a little too young. I won't tell him that, though.
No, I guess not. Yeah, it's the truth, though. Jeff Lampkin, was a top cruiserweight in the 80s and fought for the cruiserweight title in 1990. Won a belt beating Glenn McCrory. Here he is in 1988 against Alfonso Ratliff. Again, Jeff Lampkin, hometown of Youngstown, Ohio. And there was a particular champion from Youngstown, Ohio that you did have a relationship with and still do, and that's Harry Arroyo, lightweight champ, won it in 1984. You were in the gym with Harry Arroyo. He was a big part of you becoming a boxer, right?
Yeah, you know, first time I met him, first time I walked into the boxing gym, my trainer wasn't there, and it was just Terry working out, and I didn't know who he was until after I left. My mom goes, you know, you just met right there. You knew who that was? No, I have no idea. She goes, that was the IBF lightweight champion of the world, Harry Arroyo. And I was, wow, you know, for being 9 years old, 10 years old, and the first person you meet, you know. Then after that, he'd show me things in boxing. He worked with me sparring a couple times. You know, he didn't go full force on me, but just show me things, and you know, that means a lot to a young kid to have somebody of his, you know, like Harry Arroyo helping you out and taking care of you in the gym, and you know, I appreciate it a lot. That's
marvelous. Plus, you can see that such things are possible when you see a guy right there, a world champion in your hometown. We'll take a short break. Kelly Pavlik is here. We've got the early days. Yes, Kelly Pavlik, his career on ESPN2. Brian Kenny and Kelly Pavlik back here on Friday Night Fights. And there you are. I mentioned the hardcore fans out there might remember you way back when. In fact, this is your pro debut, June 16th, 2000. Little walkout fight, 4-rounder, Kelly.
Oh yeah, you know, and it was I didn't see him at all until the weigh-ins, and then I didn't see him at the weigh-ins. Then before the fight, it was the first time, and he come walking out, and he just had the black trunks on, looked like Mike Tyson. It's like what a great thing to see, you know, first fight without headgear.
And you got a third-round KO in that fight too. It's just moving along. Again, Lafayette Randolph then in 2000, then December of 2000, you're back on. And you know, here's why again, Kelly. Maybe it just looks like you're a high school baseball player coming out there ready to fight, but you can see immediately you can punch, you can handle yourself. You know, anything surprise you as you went along as a pro that was different from what you expected, or everything just go as planned?
No, we're slowing down a little bit with the footwork and relying on my power. We didn't expect to have all these KOs, you know, total up like we have.
And that's Grady Brewer, by the way, yes, contender champ, who you abused in 2001. You took him out, and then later you're watching him win the contender later on.
Yeah, I was kind of upset he was getting a big, you know, shot on contender and everything.
And here's in the ballpark, you're out in against Rico Quezon, and this is a Bones Adams undercard, right?
Yes, you know, it was hot out that day. He was a tough fighter though, but we got him out with a body shot.
We have more with Kelly Pavlik when we come back here on Friday Night Fights, wrapping things up. Wednesday Night Fights, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Marcos Ramirez against Adelton De Jesus. You can see it. Friday Night Fights, Wednesday Night Fights. We're in the summer season now. You can see this one 10 Eastern on ESPN2. So once again, Jermaine Taylor, possibly against Kelly Pavlik. We hope you get your shot at the title, the middleweight championship of the world. They have a date open in September. Again, there's a lot of negotiations, but Kelly, I hope you get that. You must be excited.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely excited. It's been a long road. I know it's 7 years now. We got to go out there, take advantage of it, and make the best of the opportunity given to us.
You have a tremendous career so far. We've enjoyed watching you all along. Thanks for coming up here. It's
great
great having
me. I appreciate it.
Kelly Pavlik, thanks for watching Friday Night Fights.